Yo, what's going on, guys? Sam, better known as Samito. Got an Overwatch Season 18 tier list here. We're going to be talking about each character in both 5v5 and 6v6 because they are slightly different. I'm loving the perks up. About a year of Rivals, actually, if you count from Beta 1? That was August of last year. Crazy how much better both games have become since then. I think Overwatch has made more of an improvement, though I think it also was in a worse spot. It's so good to see both games really be the winners here in the end, and hopefully the competition continues because we got better updates in Overwatch in the last 9 months after coming back to the game than it got in literally 4 years holistically. I don't think it's close. So yeah, we'll be talking about both characters in both formats, and I'm definitely going to be playing a lot more Overwatch until Rivals goes in and actually makes meaningful updates to the support ultimate and really the ultimate cycle in general. They went into Luna Snow, they nerfed the ult from 12 seconds to 10 seconds, and it's like, guys, like, you need to nerf every ult duration in the game down to 6 or 7 seconds, so there's more of a neutral, and I think Rivals will be a lot more fun, but they've got map pools in competitive with like 8 maps, and they have not made a meaningful change to the gameplay loop since, like, you know, literally a year and a half ago. So, you know, they definitely need to shake it up over there, and hopefully they can figure out a way to do it. Either way, the new maps and characters, hopefully Daredevil is the character that does it. I'm actually very excited for Daredevil, but we're talking about Overwatch heroes today. We're going to be talking about both characters in 5v5 and 6v6 when I rank them, so let's break it down. All right, Bastion. Dude, I think Bastion's like B tier at best, mainly because in both 5v5 and 6v6, we're going to talk a lot about Reaper. Chat, I queued Reaper. I was like mid-GM1 on Reaper. I'm trying to push for champ maybe on him, but I don't really care that much about Elo. Like, so many things gatekeep Bastion. Like, his perks are cool, and like his artillery cannon form perk is so cool, dude. Like, Bastion, he just gets gatekept by a lot of poke, but like the perks change the game so much. The way that you can play him now is really, really fun and cool, dude. I can't tell you how much perks like really lives up to Overwatch, dude. It's so cool. They're fun, but I still think he's super, super mid. Yeah, whole new game though. Whole new character with the perks. It's actually like really awesome, just not that good. Cassidy, dude, B tier for me as well. Like, I think Cass is the most overrated default pick in the game. I am so tired of people playing against Dive, especially against ball comps, and thinking that Cassidy is a good pick. No, he's not. He's never been a great pick versus Dive. People think that just because he has a stun, he's somehow good versus Dive. Like, yeah, you can stun the Tracer, yeah, you can stun the Doom sometimes, yeah, but you're better off picking a character that actually has very good survivability abilities, right? Like Torbjorn or Mei or something like that that can survive the dive and zone it, because all you have to do is live the dive, and they can't do anything. But Cass draws so much resources to him. He's not a bad character. He's just really overrated, and people default to him even though they shouldn't. Like, I'm telling you guys, next time you're losing a game to a Tracer or a Ball or a hyper dive comp, instead of picking Cass, just go Torb. Just go Torb. Plop a turret way in the back that shoots wherever you're trying to hold, where they can't break it without pushing through you, and you will get like so much more value, especially on defensive points. On offense, maybe the Cass is a little bit more mandatory, but man, I think he's super overrated. He is strong and like he is great immediate value, but like he's just so bad into dive, which is what is just so good in ranked right now. So I'm gonna give Cass a good old B tier. Diva in 5v5 is just like unkillable, bro, unless she's up against Zarya. And again, like, the tank matchups in 5v5 are still rock, paper, scissorsy, but at least with bans, and we're going to talk about bans in a bit, bans helped 5v5 a lot more than it helped 6v6. Mostly because, again, like, it was the tank counter swapping was a bigger problem in 5v5 than it doesn't really exist as much in 6v6, so the matchups are way more winnable. But because, like, you can... when you break the cycle of like the tank counter swapping with a ban, it goes farther in 5v5 than it does in 6v6, solely because like you can break that matchup. So like, unless she's up against Zarya, she's just absolutely insane. And in both 5v5 and 6v6, she's just one of the most flexible tanks in the game. She always has been. You can eat grabs. You can, you know, have Diva Bomb. Like, just saving your bomb for a rematch. You have just an egregious amount of health. In 5v5, her perks where, like, her spread gets tightened is disgusting, right? I would not want to play against a good Diva player, especially in 5v5, man. I think she's always going to be S tier because she's just so flexible, man. So flexible, so tanky, absolutely nutty character. Okay, Genji, dude. I'm gonna put Genji in A tier, man. Genji players be eaten, man. Perks really completely reinvented this character and what he's capable of. Apparently, Apply asked for that one, like, dash melee resets dash cooldown perk, which is just insanely good. Insanely good. Insane. He's a big winner with perks. Like, he's been a whole new character since perks came out. I'm not going to put him in S tier because I don't think he's quite S tier, but I think he's very, very, very good. Insanely strong character, at least A tier for me. I could not rank him in lower than that in 5v5 or 6v6 because the Nano Blade in 6v6 still goes very, very hard. Genji, a whole new character, a whole new game for Genji players post perks in Overwatch. I mean, you know, if you're a Genji player, you're definitely very happy. Okay, Hanzo, dude. Dude, I'm putting Hanzo in A tier, man. Yeah, he actually got some very strong utility with his perks, and they just had to nerf him. I still think he's good. They made Dragon good while I was gone. I don't know exactly what they did. I'm washed at Hanzo, guys. I don't play the character anymore. But, man, like, Sonar overriding Sombra hacks on health packs is insane. It's insane. It's so good. It gives Hanzo insanely good team utility on top of his lethality, which, like, you know, it's crazy how, like, he just completely overshadows Sombra now, who ironically had become one of my most played, most fun characters to play. Real threat, a real menace in both 5v5 and 6v6. Hanzo players for the first time since, like, a long time, really, for a longer period of time, Hanzo players are eating. And again, it's solely because of the perks, dude. Like, the perks update, best shakeup Overwatch ever got, dude. Ever. 10 years of the game, perks are the best thing ever, in my opinion, for reinventing the game, because there's always going to be power creep in the game, guys, and the way that they did it this time allows them to balance characters in ways they weren't able to before. So it's everyone's like, oh, I hate perks, I hate the update. It's like, dude, they're good. I promise you they're good. There's always going to be something more powerful than something else, but, you know, this gives them way more knobs to tune, as well as gives players way more options. You know, for the first time, more is more in Overwatch. Like, I can't tell you the last time I was able to say that. More is more. I think junk is terrible, honestly. Like, listen, like, if you're a good junk, you can get value. I'm not saying you can't, but, like, I think any junk player who's honest about Junkrat will definitely tell you that it's an uphill battle to play Junkrat right now. I don't think the character's bad, and I think those players are all very good at Junkrat, but it's definitely an uphill battle to play junk, I think. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think there's just so many things that are more efficient that can check him that, like, he is not favored in, and because he doesn't seem like he's favored in 5v5 or 6v6, I'm gonna say he's C tier. But, like, don't get me wrong, if you're a good Junkrat, you can absolutely get value. I'm not saying he's unplayable bad, but I just think it's inefficient to play Junkrat compared to everything else in the game right now. And I think junk players will probably tell you the same thing, but, you know, you can still play him. Like, he's definitely pickable, but, you know, it's definitely difficult to get value on him compared to some of the other characters in the game, which is why I'm going to rank him down there. All right, Lucio, dude. I think Lucio's A tier, man. I think he's really solid. Maybe S tier. I don't know. Very, very good hero. Solid all around the board. You know, not much to say other than that. Like, I'm not too familiar with what his perks are, to be honest with you. I just know the character is good, and he fits well into this brawly dive style of play that seems to be in pretty much every one of my lobbies. But no, I think he's really solid right now, man. I think Lucio's really solid. Not much else to say other than that. I think he did get some nerfs recently, I think. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but no, I think he's a solid pick, man. Solid pick. Okay, moving past that, both 5v5 and 6v6. We're going to Mei, dude. Mei. Man, I love these Mei perks. I'm putting Mei in A tier as a ranked hero, and that is biased, I admit. It is biased, okay? I am a biased Mei enjoyer, but dude, she would be at, like, S tier in ranked, in my opinion, if she could one-shot Tracer. Those Season 9 breakpoint changes still are breaking my heart to this day, and I think they need more indirect Tracer nerfs, so they should find a way to buff up Mei's damage to one-shot Tracer in the head again. That would be freaking awesome. More Tracer checks in the game that are skill expression shots. That would be sick, okay? But, dude, her perks are awesome. The healing allies in Blizzard is really good. I had a tweet about it, and I was like, yo, dude, another perks play from Mei where I 1v5'd on point and healed in my Blizzard and won the fight because of it.
Oh, Mercy's one if you can.
I headshot her. Can I win this?
Low key? It's just you. Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
I quote tweeted as like, you guys aren't understanding how perks completely change how so many characters can interact in the game and play make. It literally is like a whole new, like, the perks update itself was bigger than Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2 by itself. It's insane, man. It's insane. And I get a message from Spylo, and he's like, hey, that was my perk. And I was like, dude, of course you came up with it. Of course it's actually useful because you came up with it, dude. So yeah, shout out Spylo for giving Mei a good perk. Her right perk is bad because it puts your wall on a 6-second cooldown. It should be like a 2-second cooldown when you do that, maybe 3. And then her perk 2, you can choose to freeze somebody, but I actually think the damage around you in your cryo form is a little bit better. But man, dude, Mei perks, I think she's a great ranked character. She can slow down tanks, has some healing options for her team and peel options. If she just get her damage back, I think she'd be even better. If she's not A tier, she's B tier, but I think she's like an A-, I would say. I give Mei an A- this season in both 5v5 and 6v6. I think she's about the same. So, Mercy. Oh, man, I think Mercy has got to be in the same tier as Junkrat. Again, I don't think she's a terrible hero, but if you get her on the wrong map with the wrong comp and you haven't banned Ball Tracer, it's just so hard to win. That's why I've got to put her in C tier. Like, that's not to say Mercy's unplayable. I've queued into some unbelievably good Mercy. Like, she's just not that great, to be honest with you. So, I'll put her in C tier in both 5v5 and 6v6. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory there. She doesn't quite have the U2 with her perks that, you know, a lot of the other supports have, and especially with Ball Tracer being so good and ranked, like, you kind of need that pick to be a brig in case those characters are open. So, yeah, Pharah, man. I think Pharah fell off a little bit, to be honest with you. I think her newer perks aren't as good as her older ones. She's not bad. I just don't think she's great in both 5v5 and 6v6. Like, she is middle of the pack. She's all right. Like, if you play her and you play her well, you can get value, but I just don't see her as an exceptional character right now, especially rundown comps being so good. Like, I just think her perks are a little bit worse this season than last season, maybe, when I played her, because, like, her other perk was crazy. I'm going to go Pharah down to B tier for me personally. I don't think she's terrible. I don't think she's great either, and I don't think there's much explaining to do. Reaper! Oh my god, guys, I'm not gonna lie, the Reaper perks are what made me get back into Overwatch. Like, they are so much fun. Reaper is S tier in my book in both 5v5 and 6v6, man. He is so much fun to play. The super fast TP has reinvented the floor TP, the fake TP strat that I always love to do. It lets me do it way more and be a threat. His Dire Triggers perk is insanely good. Going in and TPing in, looking for one-tap combos, dude, like, it's a whole new character. It's a whole new character because of perks. And I think Reaper being as fun as he is this season really goes to show you why. Like, and I know you're going to be in the comments like, oh, Samito glazing perks. But, bro, like, if you can't acknowledge how perks have just completely changed some of your favorite characters and literally made the game a whole new game, you're not being honest, dude. Like, guys, listen, I pride myself on my honesty. I've called it how it is for 5 years, like maybe 6 years. How long have I been doing this? I don't know. I put my neck out on the line, and unfortunately, for most of those years, I haven't actually been able to be complimentary because it was a lot of load of bullshit, to be honest with you. But, man, the perks update is everything I ever wanted for Overwatch 2. It's like, it's not quite the Borderlands skill trees. It's everything I wanted from the game. Even Tank Form Bastion is back, right? It's everything that you could have wanted. You can play 6v6 and 5v5, man. The game's actually in a freaking awesome spot right now. Reaper is a prime example of one of the most fun things that perks are capable of. Absolutely love it. Was like 2 games off champ playing him, so hopefully I can hit it, but, you know, if not, I don't really care that much. Okay, Reinhardt, dude. I don't know where to rank Ryan. I mean, he's like, I'll give Ryan an A-. I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's exceptional. I think with a lot of these rundown brawl comps that are pretty good and ranked, like, there's absolutely a lot of room to get value on Ryan, especially against Zarya, if you just need to shield her. In 5v5 and 6v6, I think he's decent with Ram falling off a little bit more. I give Ryan an A- just because I'm biased to Ryan May comps. That's it. That's honestly it. If anything, he's a B tier, chat. He's definitely not an S tier. If I misranked the Ryan, I definitely would put him lower than A tier, and I'd put him in B tier. Again, I haven't played that much. Actually, can I honestly do that? No, I can't. I've got to put him in B tier. And the reason why I got to put him in B tier is I've barely seen any good Reinhardts anywhere. And if he was better, people would be playing him more, and they aren't. So I got to be honest about that. I'm putting Ryan in the B tier. Okay. Hog, dude. Hog got his rework undone, right? I'm going to give him an A tier because he's an insane character, but he still is pretty difficult to get value on. I'm glad they undid that Hog rework. You guys remember when they said that all you have to do is rework all the tanks into 5v5, and then Hawk and I were like, that's literally just not going to work. It's better off being the other way it was. And now they're doing the right thing and undoing these reworks. Yeah, man, I mean, it just kind of is what it is. Hog, unfortunately, is like an unbalanceable character in this game, especially in 5v5. And 6v6, again, he's still strong. But like that character was meant to be an open queue character, kind of like if Ultron was forced into 222 in Marvel Rivals, he just wouldn't function that well because he just doesn't have the output to be a support, but he functions great as a third support, which is a big reason why a lot of people are taking a break from Rivals because they have not done a great job of changing up that gameplay loop. 2-second nerf on Luna Snow, that's it. Way too soft, Netties. Way too soft. Way too soft. Yeah, man. I mean, I think Hog is still very solid. I think he's a good tank to play. He's a great ranked hero, can put out a ton of damage. But also, like, the nature of his design is so volatile when he's forced to be a solo tank and even sometimes a secondary tank that he's very feast or famine, and he's always going to be that way. And I prefer him to be on the famine side because I think the game is more fun when he's on the famine side. In ranked, you can definitely pick this character quite a bit. Soldier, dude. Guys, I've got to say it. In 5v5, I think Soldier is B tier. But in 6v6, I think he's A tier, dude, at least. So, like, the amount of Soldier players that you see in 6v6 just putting up crazy numbers with his Stim Pack perk and the Visor Helix combo. Like, when tanks aren't auto-wins, Soldier can actually force the duel well on the angles in 6v6 and get a lot of value and pump damage. So, B tier in 5v5 because, again, it's mostly DPS duels and the angles are kind of free anyway. But in 6v6, I think he's actually better because there's not a super diva that can just absolutely fuck you. You can absolutely, pardon my French. I'm trying to be more reformed, guys. But you can actually, like, kill the tanks in 6v6. So, like, Soldier in 6v6 is, like, legitimately good. He's legitimately good. So, Soldier stonks way up, way up, way up, way up. A in 6v6, but B in 5v5. So A minus for Soldier. Symmetra, dude, I just don't think she's that great. Like, I think she has her maps where she's decent. I think she's better in 6v6 because there's 2 tanks to farm off of and you can kind of pocket her more. To be honest, I'm not really sure where to rank this character. You'd have to ask, like, Dyslexia or something because I don't know. Like, I don't play enough Sim. I've not taken a good look at her perks. Just to be honest with you guys, sometimes the right answer is I don't know. You don't have to sit here and act like a know-it-all and all this stuff. I don't know. I don't know where to rank this character. I don't know. You know say. Yono say. Is that what we'll say? I'm not sure about Sim, so I'm going to put her middle of the pack. Go watch a Symmetra streamer if you want to figure that out. Torby, dude. I think he's all right. Against ball tracer comps, he can be good. He's solid. Like, I don't think he's exceptional, though. I haven't seen much, like, successful Torbs. Like, I saw a game, like, I don't know. Every Torb main I've seen is, like, legit hard 50-50, like 74 and 74 on the season. So, I think he's probably a very middle-of-the-pack character. Great for survivability if you're struggling against ball tracer dive. Just go Torb and, like, really try to check them out a lot more. That's definitely a viable option. His shotgun is pretty good into Hog, so I think Torb is solid. I just don't think he's exceptional, but I don't think he's bad either. You got a lot of survivability on the character, which not dying is like the best thing you can do in the game. Tracer. I mean, absolutely S tier, dude. Probably the best DPS in the game in both 5v5 and 6v6, man. Her perks are so strong. The nerf did absolutely nothing to her. She is such a self-reliant character that the game is almost... If you're a good Tracer, the game will always be in your hands way more often than any other character in the game because you aren't as reliant on your supports. You aren't as reliant on your team. Like, you can just go make your solo plays and do your thing if you're good at Tracer. So, I think she's actually just S tier in both formats. I feel like I don't even need to go into detail on that. She's just insane, super flexible. Dive/rush is very, very good right now. Yeah, Tracer, man, can do pretty much anything in the game. So if you're a good Tracer player, you're eating good. Widow, man, this is going to surprise a lot of people. Listen, outside of, like, top 500, okay, like, I've only run into, like, 1 Widow player or 2 that are just, like, game ruining. I still ban her every game. I still think she's one of the most flawed characters in the game. I think she should always be bad outside of 2 maps. And the game is significantly more cool and fun without that character being good. But I just don't think she's that broken. I think with bans coming into the game in both 6v6 and 5v5, she's got way more checks right now, especially with the game being faster paced with Tracer and Reaper and all of these things, and Reaper TP being better and Ball being crazy good. It's hard to actually play Widow right now, and that's definitely better for the game. But man, if the game slows down, she's right back up to S tier, dude, because, like, she's just, like, immediately ruined the fun for everybody else in the lobby in both formats. But, I hope they leave her bad personally, because I think one of the biggest reasons why I'm actually enjoying Overwatch right now is solely because I never see Widowmaker. And every game I've played against Widow has been the same level of misery that playing 5v5, forced to 1v3 backline through 2 immortal giga-buffed supports and dive the Widow as Sombra. It's just not fun at all. But let's keep her bad. That's good for the game. Winton, dude. I think Winton's, you know, I think he's pretty good. Do I put him in S tier? I have seen a lot of Winton. He's solid. I'm Team Winton, man. I'm gonna give him S tier because he's Winton, and we like Winston, man. Very cool character, very fun, honest character in 6v6. No tanks are honest in 5v5. But no, I think he's solid. Not much to really say here. I mean, Chain Lightning is a great perk. Healing Bubble can be used as well. Like, there's a lot of different stuff out there that you can do on this character, and Primal is still really, really good. His gameplay loop's the same. I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory. Winton stocks on the up, man. Winton stocks on the up. We love to see it. Okay, Zarya, dude. Oh my god, this character is insane. Like, Zarya is insane in 6v6 and in 5v5, bro. She does so much damage. She, you know, in 5v5, she is unbelievable. Like, she's actually just an unbelievably strong hero. Insane damage. Her perks are good. Super jump is good. Maintaining your charge without bubbling on right clicks is insane. Both the perks are good. I think she's a character that you can actually choose different perks on depending on where you go. And then team speed and increasing the regen rate on team bubble is really good as well. So, man, Zarya Reaper stonks up, dude. It's fun. It's actually really fun. So, Zarya, I think, is going to be added no-brainer S tier. Okay, Zenyatta. We'll put Zen in A tier. He's S tier in 6v6. Zenyatta is S tier in 6v6. Insanely free value champion or hero in 6v6. But in 5v5, I think he's like a B+, A-, B, maybe a B, honestly, map dependent. Mostly because you can just run people down way easier in 5v5 rather than 6v6, where you can get away with playing way farther back and like soft guarding an angle that actually, you know, like you can contest that angle, but it's winnable for everybody on the map. In 5v5, the angle is just free. So, I don't know. I think Zen in 6v6, especially with tanks being significantly more squishy, he's just absolutely insane. And his perks are insane, too. So, Zen in 6v6, S tier. Zen in 5v5, B tier. Ana. You know, I don't know, actually. I'm going to put Ana in A tier, but it's a low A tier in both formats. Like, I think she's okay. I just think there's better stuff to pick in the game. I'm not really sure where to put Ana right now, but I don't think she's bad. I just don't think she's excellent either. I don't know. Because my Anas and ranked are all not very good. They don't know how to position. They don't know how to, you know, play back. They don't know how to rotate. She's very punishable, right? Reaper TP honors. Reaper TP's on the Ana. She's dead pretty much immediately. She's super vulnerable. So A- just because I love Ana, but I don't think she's exceptional, at least in ranked for most players playing her. But she's definitely pickable. All right, Sombra, dude. Listen, man, she's just not good. I've been one of the highest ranked Sombra mains on ladder since her rework. I love her rework. I think she's one of the most fake wastes of a ban in the game. It blows my mind that low-ranked players still ban this character with how easy she is to play against and how weak she is in general. Like, you know, she's not a tough matchup. She doesn't have much damage. Her setup time, like, she's just a significantly worse version of Tracer. I think if they reworked her again, and, like, not a rework, just changed her abilities a little bit, where Hack should just be one with Virus. And it's a skill shot. It should do more damage and find a way to open up her kit a little bit more to make it less oppressive and frustrating to play against, but also give her some actual value. Tweak the character in a very minor way. But she's interesting, man. She's an interesting character, but she's just not very good, guys. And I say this as somebody who, like, I've played her a lot. I was, you know, one of the few players, like, consistently hitting top 50 on Sombra. She's just not good. It just kind of is what it is. She's just not very good. That's pretty much it, man. That's all there is to say there. She's just not very good. Maybe some new perks will help her a lot, but she's just not very good. Really waste of a ban. Even in low ranks, she's just a waste of a ban. Complete bait. Orisa, dude, I'm going to say Orisa's A tier, mainly because she's a good check to a lot of matchups in the game. Zarya can hard gatekeeper, but if Zarya is banned, and again, this is where 5v5 actually, I'm telling you guys, 5v5 actually benefited the most from hero bans. They're great in 6v6, but 5v5, like, hero bans help mitigate the fundamental flaws of 5v5 a lot more than it did in 6v6. Now, I still think 6v6 is better, let me be clear, but, like, again, the previous iteration of 5v5, the biggest problems of it was the format itself. By adding in bans, it helped mitigate some of those problems. So, this is another reason why hero bans were just, I mean, this is where Frito was so right, dude. Like, Oh my God, it completely changed the game. I can't believe that I was not on the hero band trains earlier. He was completely right. I can't imagine what our lives would look like right now if hero bands had come out instead of Rollock in 2019. But yeah, man, look, guys, I'm a straight shooter. I still prefer 6v6, but I'd be lying to you if I didn't say that 5v5 impacted, or hero bands impacted 5v5 more than they impacted 6v6. They were great in both, but 5v5 was so much worse off without bans that the improvement is night and day. But Orisa, man, she's a great check into Hog, or she's a great check into Doomfist, and if Zarya is banned, it actually lets her be played more, and it breaks that counter-swapping cycle just a little bit, right? It changes it at each game. So, yeah, super interesting there. I think she's A tier. Terra Surge also pretty solid. Doomfist, dude. I think Doom is very good in both formats. I don't think he's quite S tier. I think he's A tier. If he's not A tier, he's B+, okay? Not much to say here, really. Again, super flexible tank, can be really unkillable in 5v5. If you're disciplined on Doom, you can be great, but there are some times where you just can't play him, where you need to be playing the objective and stalling things out. You'd be much better doing that on Zarya. But I think Doom's definitely a viable option. I don't think he's exceptional, but I don't think he's bad either. A- for Doomfist. In 6v6, he's very, very good. Moira, dude. I haven't seen much Moira get value. I'm going to put her in B tier. I just don't think she's bad. I don't think she's exceptional either. I don't. If you play Moira, you can play Moira. As long as you're living and putting out numbers, like, you'll be all right. Just not big utility that's very useful in this meta. But it can be good for rundown comps. You're running Zarya, Reaper. I just think there's better stuff to play for Zarya. Okay. Or those rushdown comps. But maybe that's just me. Brig, dude. Oh, my God, dude. Brig is so good. Like, I know I'm crazy. You're saying, Sam, why are you putting Brig in S tier, dude? Her perks are so good, bro. Her perks are... I think Brig is such a ranked hack character. Here's why I'm putting Brig in S tier. Because of this character and because of who's next on the list. If these two characters are unbanned, Brig, in my mind, becomes an absolute must pick. 7-second Inspire on whip shots, dude, is insanely good. Forget the perk where it's like, oh, you get your repair pack back for meleeing. Dude, give me 7-second Inspire any day of the week. If you're hitting your, like, I don't think you guys realize how forgiving a 7-second Inspire is. It basically lets you miss a whip shot for free. For free. To keep healing your team. And uptime is like the most important thing on Brig, in my opinion. You have to be landing your whips to keep your team healed and alive, and you can just disrupt dives. She is so good against Ball Tracer, and in ranked, especially in ranked, where this is not like a pro tier list, this is a ranked tier list, by the way, in both 6v6 and 5v5, right? Brig, like, Ball is one of the most impossible characters to deal with. His perks are, he's so overkitted post his rework, especially in 6v6. It's ridiculous how unkillable that character is. Brig is like the only thing that can just completely cuck him, like, straight up. And she's great at displacing tracers. I think in ranked, where your team is bad at sustaining, you just bail them out of any situation. So Brig, S tier pick for me in ranked. And right to follow up, the main reason is Wrecking Ball, dude. Jesus Christ, this character is so overkitted. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to give this guy immunity on a perk, on a character that was already immune, but it completely broke your ability to counterplay him. Your main bet is to out-sustain him, which is why Brig, in my opinion, is S tier. Look, he's not hard meta everywhere, right? Like, sometimes a Zarya rushdown comps, a Zarya can do so much more damage than a Ball, but you will never win the matchup against Ball. You won't do it. It's impossible. You can't do enough damage. He now has the ability to mitigate, like, all forms of incoming damage, CC, flail, whatever it might be on his perk. It's absolutely insane how good this character is, and they reworked him to fix his uptime for 5v5, and then that same thing is in 6v6, so he's just so overkitted and insane. Even with the nerfs, it doesn't matter because that character just does so much. He's so gigabusted. Ball SSS tier, dude, and ranked, in my opinion, and that's why Brig is that high ranked for me too. Ashe, I think, is like kind of mid, honestly. Like, I don't think she's bad. I think give her a B+. Like, in both 5v5 and 6v6, I think she's good, but rushdown comps and dive are just so much easier to play right now, and she does have some, like, survivability. She is good, but she's just not Tracer or Reaper. Like, it's so easy to TP on her and do big damage, and, like, it is harder. It is hard to get value on Ashe in that regard, but I still think she's a solid character. I'm gonna give her a B. I think Bob is also pretty good. Baptiste, man, dude, I think Bap in ranked is so good. Oh my god, his perks are crazy too, man. Like, you can output so much healing, so much damage, do so much. His little shoulder turret is really good too. I just think he's a very good character across the board. A tier for BAP in both formats. Not quite S tier, but I think he's like A- in both. A little bit above the pack, in my opinion. I like BAP right now. I like BAP right now. Sigma, dude. Dude, I think Sig is always going to be S tier for me. Like, yeah, rundown comps are pretty good right now. Like, if you're going up against Queen as Sig, it can be kind of hard depending on the map. If it's a poke map, your favorite. If not, you can't do it. But this character does it all, man. He just does it all. He's so strong. He's so strong. Granted, he's more of a niche pick now, but I think the people that are good at him just get so much value on the character because he just has so much on his kit that I can't not rank him in S tier. I think he's just an insane... I always am going to think Sigma's an insane character. Okay, Echo, dude. Man, you know, I was really excited for the Echo perks when I saw them, and they do help her a lot. However, guys, unfortunately, Echo's fallen off a lot, man. Echo's fallen off a lot. Again, you have to remember, guys, post-Season 9, she was one of the few characters that didn't actually get damage buffs. She got net nerfs in terms of damage. All they did for Echo was give her beam wider width. Her time to kill is worse post-Season 9 than it was for the entire existence of her character. So it's much harder to hit the burst sticky combos on people, which is what made her viable. Now, to compensate that, they did give her a nice buff to her survivability. She is only 225, but they gave her shield, so she's good to, like, at sitting in chokes and just poking them out. But again, she's not exceptional for that. It's harder to play Echo than it ever has been, right? Mainly because, again, her time to kill is harder to achieve now. It's higher than what it was pre-Season 9. She did not get damage buffs to anything. So you're just up against characters with higher health pools than, you know, and the same amount of damage before, but your projectiles are bigger, Sam. It doesn't matter, right? Like, you know, your time to kill is worse, and that's what's the most important thing. I would take a more precise, better time to kill on Echo than easier shots with a worse time to kill, because that's what the character's all about. That assassin up here, boom, I'm killing you, beaming out, right? Copying, stuff like that. Copy is a lot more usable because of that perk 1. But, you know, unfortunately, guys, she's just much harder to play, and, like, she's not bad, but she's definitely not like a top tier pick. Like, she's definitely not like a top tier pick. Like, if you're a very good Echo, you can play Echo still, but she's just not Tracer or some of these other characters that are out there, even Reaper, mainly because it'd be cool if her big sticky perk shot the stickies out in clumps of 2 instead of 1 longer clump, so you can actually, like, when you get your major perk, you get the original burst value of the character, you know, because, like, if you're shooting the stickies all out 1 by 1, people are going to react to them, and you're not going to hit all of them, right, unless it's on a tank. So it'd be cool if they had the same amount of stickies, but they shot in groups of 2 with maybe some reduced damage, so that, like, it was still feasible to, like, full burst somebody and, like, you actually got that lethality back. And I think it'd be okay to do that because, again, she didn't get damage buffs in Season 9. She's one of the few characters that has not had damage buff compensations post Season 9. So that's what I would like to see. That's kind of what Echo would need to jump back up to A S tier. She's B+, but, like, an 86. Definitely not, like, a top tier pick in my opinion. Soge, dude, I think Soge is insane, man. Soge, very, very good character. In both 5v5 and 6v6. I will say Echo in 6v6, well, I'm not really sure where to put it there, but we'll see. Soge, I think she's just insanely good. You know, great survivability, great damage. You know, not like over the top. She's like S- in my opinion, but she is very, very good. You got to rank Soge high. She's got survivability. She's got burst damage. She's got a great ult. Yeah, Soge, in both 5v5 and 6v6, very, very, very strong pick, in my opinion. Junker Queen, dude, I am going to give her a B tier. She's not bad, but, like, she is bad on some maps. I think on the right map, if Orisa is banned, she can be very, very good. If you're a Queen player, you can absolutely get value on the character, 100%. I just think that you'd be dishonest to say that she's a top tier tank right now. She's good enough to get value on, for sure. But, like, you know, she's not a top tier tank in my opinion. One of my favorite characters they actually added the tank role, but I just don't think she's exceptional. Okay, in both 5v5 and 6v6. Kiriko, dude, S tier, man. Both 5v5 and 6v6, just insane character. Her perks are very, very good. Her character is very, very good. A lot of survivability, good damage options, good healing. Enough said, really, enough said. Like, she does it all, man. She does it all. Good character, fun to play. I'm not on the Kiriko hate train anymore ever since they removed her 2-tap in Season 9. I think that actually brought her in line a lot more while letting her keep some lethality, but also letting her keep her identity in the game. So, yeah, I think Kiri's actually in a pretty good spot right now. Not much to say other than that. Kiri, very solid character. Ramattra, dude, in 5v5, I think he's bad. In 6v6, I think he's solid. I'm going to put him in B tier, but he's going to be a B plus overall, mostly because, like, dude, in 6v6, he can freaking cleave 2 tanks. I think he's so much fun as an off tank, man. So much fun as an off tank in 6v6. Holy cow. Peak character in 6v6, man. In 5v5, way too much of a stalemate for the tanks, you know, up front. You're much better off playing the Zarya that can walk past and kill. Ram can kind of only anchor a corner, and that's how you really want to play 5v5 tanks. I think he's way more versatile as an off tank or main tank, off tank hybrid in 6v6. So, man, if you're a Ram player, I actually encourage you to go try him out in 6v6. You will have a freaking blast. Now, you will explode a lot more, but the tanks in front of you are also much more killable. So, you make the correct plays, you can actually create way more kills and get some big cleave with your ult. Really fun character. I'm a big Ram fan. So, Ram going to be B tier, B plus for me. Life Weaver, dude. Doo-doo. Great against comps like Ryan comp where like I was getting shattered and getting pedaled up, and like there are a lot of smart plays for that. But it really depends on what you're up against. Against things like Ball Tracer, you're kind of just standing there not doing enough. You're much better off playing Brig in that case. In both 5v5 and 6v6, I think this character is terrible. I think one of the worst characters in the game right now is what it is there. I don't need to go into big detail. Yari, B minus. You know, again, the rundown comps really counter Ilari, I don't know. The Pylon's good. I think she's probably better in 5v5 than 6v, but she's so map dependent, man. I don't think this character's exceptional in either format. You can probably protect the Pylon better in 6v6. You know, but I just don't think this character is exceptional. I don't think Yari's F tier bad, like Weaver bad, but I don't think she's good either. So B minus in both formats. Just a very situational pick, and more often than not, you're not going to want to be on this character. Mauga, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm going to put Mauga in A tier just because he can be a good check to Hog. I've seen some Maugas be good, but again, he's kind of checked by Zar and Orisa comps. So I'm going to drop him to B tier. If Hog is being played or Hog or Ball are being played, he's A tier. If not, he's B tier. That's what we'll say for that. It's just very easy to zone this guy out right now. He's not an exceptional character. Unless you're up against like a Mercy. If you're up against a Mercy comp where they can't run you over, then he can be good, right? But, like, on Koths in particular. Like, Mercy, if you're good against a Mercy on Koth, you can play Mauga, right? But, yeah, I just don't think he's exceptional. I think he's B in both formats. Not a broken character, not a horrible character. I think B tier is a good place to put him. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Venture, dude. I think Venture in 5v5 is like a B plus. But Venture in 6v6 is like an A plus, okay? I think Venture, because of 6v6, is going to get an A minus, right? I think Venture in 6v6 is a very secret, strong character. The tank health pools are way more killable. You can disrupt way more. Your ability to flank and be kind of immune while you're flanking and pressuring angles is really, really good. So, yeah, man, I'm a big Venture fan. I think Venture is really, really solid. Really, really solid. My Venture stonks are up. Gonna give Venture an A minus, B in 5v5, A plus in 6v6. Really good. Juno, I think Juno kind of falls off in this meta again because of Balling Tracer, right? Like, I'll give Juno an A minus. I don't think Juno's bad. I just don't think Juno's good either. I don't think Juno's nearly as good as Kiri or some of these other picks, but the speed boost is good. The orbital array is all right. All right, vulnerable character, good survivability on the self shields, but like it's hard to survive these dives as Juno right now. So I'm going to give Juno an A minus. If I misranked her, she's worse than what I ranked her, in my opinion. Hazard, dude. Guys, holy crap. Holy crap. I'm so glad I did not play this game when this character came out, because I'm sure it would have been miserable playing against this guy in 5v5 without bans. Holy crap. This character is insane. Like, even in 6v6, he reminds me of a super tank. Just like a super powerful character. And 5v5, like 800 HP that can jump across the map and one-shot you as a squishy. It's like, all right, my fault, gang. I will say his wall mechanic is really cool. Like, there's a couple times Hazards have caught me with my pants down flying as Echo and wall behind me and jump up and pinch me. And I never thought about the game in that regard because I never played the character. I was like, huh, he really could do that. I have to care my angles against Hazard. Very lethal, very strong, insanely good. In 5v5, he's better than he is in 6v6. So in 6v6, he's like an A. In 5v5, he's S. Dude, that character is insane, man. He's so good in ranked. So good if you're good at Hazard. S minus for Hazard, in my opinion. Okay, Freya, dude. I'm gonna put Freya in A tier in both formats. Great damage. Hard to play, man. Hard to play. Unk can't play Freya. He's not in his prime. Well, I probably could if I sat down and really learned her. Like, a modernized Hanzo. Like, a combination of Hanzo and Echo. If you're a flex DPS or a projectile DPS, I think Freya is a must-learn for you. Just because, again, God, guys, if I really wish that Freya came out when I was 20. I really do, man. I really do. I would have had a field day on this character. She can do so much, mostly because of her mobility. I think her mobility is better, and her ability to take an angle and vertical angles is what makes her exceptional, not her actual time to kill. It's the angle she can take and force that no other character or poke character that's like pseudo hitscan Hanzo-esque can do. Even Echo can't do that, because the most Echo can do is shoot a big burst of stickies at you that you can react to. Freya can like almost insta-tap you like a Junkrat, but way better, like a Hanzo Storm Arrow from, just like a Junkrat, from the skybox, right? There's no other character in the game that can do that, so very unique design there. Really fast building ult. Definitely on the better half of DPS right now. I don't think she's the best, but she's definitely in the better half of DPS. So your Freya mains, a very cool character. I think a really cool design. I'm going to give her an A. Wu Yang, dude. Oh my, guys. I could not have been more wrong about this character. This dude, I'm putting him in S because he's freaking awesome. Holy crap. This is my favorite support they've put in the game since Ana. Now, I hate playing against him sometimes, and his heal output is lower, but they reinvented aiming in a shooter game with this character. He did not jump off he looked, I'm going to be honest, he looked lame as hell in his trailer. He looked so lame, but after spending some time playing this guy in game, he is the coolest support they've ever added to the game. Ever. And the difference in design philosophy now, and this is where I will give like Overwatch 2 credit, the support design in particular in Overwatch 2 post Illari, right, is so much more interesting. I hate Pylon. Like, it's so much better than what it used to be. Holy crap. This guy is so dope. He is so dope. Like, the damage you put out on this guy is insane. The way you can aim with him is so insane. Like, they reinvented what it is to aim in an FPS with this character. And, like, whoever designed him deserves so much praise. Like, this goes so far beyond my expectation of any character I've ever seen. He is the character that Overwatch needed to define itself. Really, like, that type of character is what makes Overwatch. Like, that's the kind of design that you say, okay, this makes Overwatch a best-of-breed hero shooter. Like, this is, like, on the levels of Marvel Rivals heroes, like a Loki with clones level of crazy. The contrast between this hero's abilities and his strength and Illari Pylon sitting on a corner forever, just automatically healing the team, is literally night and day, dude. It's night and day. I don't know where this design came from, but it is so much better than anything I've seen in Overwatch in recent years or even before. He's so dope, dude. I did not expect him to be good. I will admit, and listen, I'm sorry, Wu Yang haters and My Hero Academia fans. I do find him cringe in game. I won't lie. He reminds me a lot of Deku, and I wasn't a Deku hater. I was an All Might fan, dude. I was an All Might and Endeavor fan. I wish My Hero was based around those characters and Todoroki than the other people, and I just stopped watching the show because of it. But he reminds me too much of Deku. So he's not, like, his personality type is not mine, but if you like him, that's all good. The character design itself is freaking crazy, bro. It's so impressive. So yeah, guys, in both 5v5 and 6v6, I think he's better in 5v5 than he is in 6v6, though, because his heal output is very low. But man, guys, that's my Overwatch Season 18 tier list for both 5v5 and 6v6. I mentioned it for each of these characters. 50-minute video. Insane, bro. Insane, but dude, a lot to talk about today. I'm actually having a lot of fun in Overwatch, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but man, hero bans, map voting, and perks literally reinvented this game, and in 9 months, they really made Overwatch 2 more than from 2020 to 2024, which is crazy. But I'm not complaining. I have 2 games that I like playing now, so man, I think the gameplay from Overwatch is actually back in a great spot. And now I hope they can chow Rivals for Rivals to make their game better. And then we get to get our popcorn and enjoy it. I can't wait. For those of you wondering, I still do enjoy Rivals. Love Iron Fist, but I'm waiting for them to make some really meaningful changes to the gameplay loop. And hopefully they do. I hope they do. They really should change ults in general. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all next time. Take care. Much love, boys. Peace out.